Today is bittersweet because it's a bad day for black people in America, but it's a good day for President Biden and most House Democrats. Take a listen to this.
On this vote, the yeas are 220, the nays are 213. The Build Back Better bill is passed.
So after months of back and forth and bargaining over the Build Back Better Act, Biden's social infrastructure spending plan finally passed this morning in the House with a thin Democratic majority and 13 Republicans actually jumping on board. This historic legislation aims to funnel trillions to provide universal pre-K, Medicare expansion, renewable energy credits, affordable housing, a year of expanded child tax credits, and major Obamacare subsidies. And it'll now head to the Senate. And I got to say that I have been talking about this, as you know, for some time. And this is awesome that this huge, monumental, historic passage has passed. And I want to bring in my friend Dorian Warren to really break down what's in that Build Back Better plan. He is the president of Community Change and also the co-chair of the Economic Security Project. But Dorian, welcome back. And I first want to just kind of pause because we are now about to, try to celebrate this epic piece of legislation moving, which is monumental. And we're doing it right now in the backdrop of what seems to me to be quite a bit of a setback because you have a win happening in the courts for white nationalists who are also celebrating today. So I want to just pause and give you a minute to react to the moment that we're in and the dichotomy that we're experiencing right now.
Thank you, Aisha. It's great to be back with you on this really a day of mixed emotions because I began my day celebrating the House Democrats passing the Build Back Better bill today after a long year of sausage making. And we did some celebrations as a staff and with some grassroots leaders. And then we got the results of the verdict, which I have to say, to be black in America means you weren't surprised in any way today. But the conflict for me, Aisha, it just makes me think about, I don't know how else to put it. It's both a moment of sort of a down payment on reconstruction of our economy in particular, and the end of reconstruction in terms of white vigilante violence that goes unchecked. And it's those two things simultaneously on today that makes me hopeful and frankly enraged about the history of this country and the present of this country and the future of this country.
Oh my God, you said that so eloquently. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, right? To be black in America is to always be bound up in this conflict of believing deeply in the promise of America and sometimes, frankly, America coming through, like with regards to today. And then whenever there seems to be, a setback, it's an opportunity for a setup for something good. So let's get into it and talk about that. This bill, this social infrastructure package has faced tremendous hurdles. And House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy made a last-ditch, long effort to delay the vote, taking over the House floor, speaking for a record 8.5 hours last night. And I want to react to some of what he said. Let's take a quick listen.
What the Democrats are proposing is out of touch in the extreme. What we have before us isn't a social spending bill. It's a pathway to socialism. This evening showed that no matter the time, the day, or the circumstances, House Republicans will always fight for you, fight for your family, and fight for our country. With that, Madam Speaker, I yield back.
Now, Dorian, I don't believe for 1 minute that he is fighting for me or my family. I don't know whose family he's fighting for, but socialism? Fight for our country? All of this sounds completely ludicrous to me. So what are your thoughts?
Oh, we've heard this before. I mean, just go back to 2009 when we were having a debate about a stimulus package to invest in our economy and get us out of the Great Recession, and we were debating the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare. And remember, we heard they got the same playbook, Aisha. Socialism. I remember when the right wing was calling the Affordable Care Act reparations for Black people. Remember that? That was the argument.
Ah, yes, I do.
Anything that makes life better for poor people, working class people, and particularly Black and brown people in this country, that is always the argument. Oh, socialism. And we could go back, frankly, to the New Deal period of the 1930s. We can go to the 1960s with the war. Everything is always, they have like only two plays in the playbook: race and weaponizing race, and then to call all of us socialists. By the way, I wish they would read some actual ideas from socialists to be able to know what they're actually talking about. But that is the only place. It's like, let's stoke up white resentment and white anxiety and let's then also call it socialism. They have no substantive arguments about what's actually in the bill. And in fact, they can't go there because you look at the polling, for all the chatter about President Biden's poll numbers, when you poll Americans all year long, on every issue in this bill, a vast majority of Americans are supportive.
Yes. So we ain't gonna let this clown Kevin McCarthy rain on our parade, even though he tried to filibuster in the House, which is essentially what that long eight hour talk was all about. This, though, is a significant moment for Joe Biden and certainly for Americans, many whom stand to benefit from all of this. And I'm interested, in hearing, of course, Dorian, you can continue to tell us about how great this is for the people. I wonder what you think about the politics at this point of this bill passing through the House.
Well, first and foremost, I think we, the collective we, have to claim this victory. The folks that turned out to vote last November, the folks that were organizing and protesting and doing direct actions all year long, this is our collective victory. Is it everything we want? Absolutely not. I'm very, very concerned about some of the immigration and citizenship proposals that didn't make it in this bill and that face a very risky path in the Senate. Especially when I think about Black immigrants in this moment. However, having said that, let's be clear. This is our victory. This is a victory of social movements, of organizing, and I have to shout out the Congressional Progressive Caucus. Without the strength of the 96-member strong, the largest it's ever been, ever, without the strength of the Congressional Progressive Caucus for holding the line and saying these demands have to be in this bill for us to vote for it, and it has to be paired with the physical infrastructure bill, we would not be here today. And frankly,
let's talk about the caucus, Dorian, though. Take a look at this. So, yes, this bill is like the Progressive Caucus, Pramila Jayapal did the thing, right? But it isn't the full $3.5 trillion that Democrats started with and that progressives were hoping for. But it's still a good bill. And here's the thing, though. There were 6 Democrats, progressives, that actually voted against it. Here they are: Jamal Bowman, Cori Bush, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley, the squad, Rashida Tlaib. The squad voted against it. Why?
I think 2 reasons, Aisha. Number one, if the squad members, I'm convinced, knew that their votes would have sunk the passage of the bill, I'm convinced they would have voted for it. So I'm sure there was some backroom negotiations with the speaker and the House leadership around allowing them to take this vote of conscience. And that's point number 2. We always need some champions in Congress who are going to stay true to the values we hold dear. And that is what I believe the squad did today. They understood that we could have had so much more in this bill that would have made life easier and advanced equity and justice in this country. So I actually appreciate them for taking those no votes to say there are lots of things that should be in this bill that are not in this bill. We have to gear up for the next fight in the Senate and then the next fights around all the things that didn't make it in this bill that still we need action on, including, by the way, this wasn't a voting rights bill, but let's talk about the voting rights and the filibuster. We need really bold transformative governing from the Democrats in Congress and in the White House in this moment. So I appreciate their votes of conscience. I have no quibbles with that. And again, I'm convinced if it was really, really, really tight, they probably would have voted for the bill.
Yeah, and you know, you're mentioning the Senate. So of course this bill now has to go over there to the Senate, where it's probably going to be an uphill battle there. It will probably be whittled down. How might we see it get picked apart?
Ooh, well, let me mention one thing that I'm very proud of that is in this bill, and that is no strings attached, essentially guaranteed income support for families and children. The child tax credit, we know that Senator Manchin is all about work requirements, is all about forcing people to have to qualify for benefits, when we know already 3 million children who are living in poverty have been lifted out of poverty since July. So that is going to be a huge fight around ensuring that this is no strings attached support for families who are struggling to make ends meet. And I say that, Aisha, recognizing this is this year is the 25th anniversary of so-called welfare reform. We've talked about this before, where we demonized Black women and Black mothers. We kicked folks off of any kind of cash support, the program formerly known as AFDC. And we said there are time limits on the amount of quote unquote welfare people can receive. That was signed into law by a Democratic president 25 years ago. And so we have turned, I think, a corner. We have won the debate on providing assistance to Americans, no strings attached. That is actually a true form of freedom and not the paternalism of our former welfare state and how it treated particularly Black folks. But it's going to be a fight in the Senate when you have a Senator Manchin who is, frankly, he doesn't care about Black folk. He don't care about poor white folk either. Let's be really clear about that. And so we're going to have an uphill battle. We have to keep the heat on, the pressure on, the direct actions, the protests, the calls. We've done, in my organization, in grassroots leaders around the country, we've patched in 25,000 calls into members of Congress just in the last month. We have to keep the pressure on to get this over the finish line. This is still an organizing moment. And then once it's passed, we have a whole set of challenges around implementation. How will these resources, this almost $2 trillion, actually reach the people that need it the most? So we have to stay vigilant in terms of passing this bill through the Senate, the fight that we have ahead of us in terms of implementation, and then we have to pick it back up and say, what wasn't in this bill that we need to fight for?
Dorian Warren, I mean, you are doing the Lord's work out there, making sure that this gets done. Kudos to you and all the calls that you and Community Change and your partners are making to the Senate and to the House. Let's see if anything moves. We will definitely have you back to debrief on what's going down in the next month, because they're trying to get this done by Christmas. So we'll see. Dorian Warren, appreciate you. Thank you for being here, as always, on Amplified.